Okay, I'm just gonna film this. This is where the storm surge came, so it's 2.5, and so I think there was one line here and then one line here. So I don't know, maybe those are two different dates. It doesn't say the exact date. Maybe somebody that might know, or maybe I went up to this side. Anyways, this is kind of near the border, so I'll just kind of show you real quick. Nice path right there, nice walking path, and over on that side is China. Let's go check out the road. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. And over on this side is all Macau, so we have a park right here. And I'm gonna walk down this way a little ways and we'll just see what we can see. And I'll tell you a little bit about the typhoon as well. Not the typhoon, sorry, what's the typhoon? The storm surge. The storm surge is the result of the typhoon. So basically when the typhoon came in, it destroyed quite a bit, but one of the things that's most destructive is the water levels come in and then they go up. I mean, the water comes in and the level goes up. I'll show you the sign right here. So this isn't where it was most. This isn't where it was most affected. It was affected in a different part. But I did want to share this one too. That particular one. My vocabulary's gone today. To the right is Zhuhai. There's the big fence right there. That basically is the boundary, so you can't cross over illegally. You shouldn't be able to, anyways. I guess, you know, technically, I think China has the rights to the water right outside of Macau, so technically they could come quite close in, whereas people in Macau do not have the rights to the water that I'm aware of. So people here cannot have boats that go into the ocean because there isn't any Macau jurisdiction for it, as far as I'm aware. But please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And let's just kind of see what we see. In a minute we're going to be getting towards a mess of people. Common trees, common bus stop, common recycling, and a common park. And actually we're just going to walk into this park a little bit. So this park has this is pretty typical, this big old thing. There used to be a temple here too. So this whole street goes all the way down. There was a temple that was here, but I don't know where it is now. I don't know if they took it out or not. So let's just see. Cool space, but I'm gonna try to get through here. Okay, there we go. See lots of people park their bikes here. I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of warehousing. When I get near the border, I see more of the kind of warehousing, you know, where people just put some kind of storage place to store things that go back and forth between the border. So basically, Taipa shares a border with China, and you can see it right over there. Yeah, that fence separates it, so I don't know if you can see that one structure, the ones with those kind of concave looking white things. Those are right there. Those are, oh, here's the temple I was thinking of. That's the train station in Zhuhai, and that train station, here's what I was looking for earlier. And that train station, pretty cool tree, and pretty cool temple too. That train station goes all the way to Guangzhou, which takes you all the way to Beijing, Shanghai, all the way to Urumqi, all over the place. Pretty cool. Okay, I want to keep going. Try to get around these people if I can. It's funny because I was just around them, but now to the park. We go this way. And in a minute, we're going to get closer to the border, and you're going to see a lot of commerce. A lot of people doing lots of businesses. So I'll just keep the camera rolling so that you can get a perspective of it. Nice little palm trees that line here. I like the palm trees in this area. This is where I should be turning the camera off and just turning it back on. So I think what I'm going to do is just take the liberty and do that. So I'll turn this off now. Okay, I'll turn this back on. You just missed about 3 minutes of a row of warehouses and restaurants, and that's about it. One school in there too, small school, a little escuela. So what we're gonna do in a minute is how you doing? Yeah, great. So we're gonna, I don't know if you can get through this little space and see if we can. I guess I don't have to. Okay, here's a Daiso, Japanese. And we're just gonna try to catch this space right here. And this area right here has quite a bit more activity, as you can see. So we're gonna go straight through, and then we're gonna take a right, and then we're gonna go into the border. So in a minute, this is the where we're gonna be going, right directly over there to the right. Okay, I guess I'll turn this off. Okay, we're moving again. I'm not sure if this car is going to go forward or backwards. Let's hope it's forward. I guess we're kind of stuck there. Oh, there's a whole line of cars in there. So none of them can get in or out, I guess, at the moment. Okay, so the red light was maybe about 1.5 minutes, but I don't want to keep the camera on for that. Construction. Chicken nuggets. KFC right here. Okay, well, I've never gone to KFC only like 3 times in my life, so it doesn't really have any meaning to me, but I know some people like KFC, and if they do, there's one right on the border as soon as you cross into Macau or exiting Macau. Cafe de Carao is very popular, you see that everywhere. These people are probably doing some kind of moving goods back and forth, basically. So we are going to go up this way, and we have, this is kind of a popular crowded spot. This space I usually see people going through things, and there's some people going through things right now, usually going through all their stuff. Alright, dog. So this is kind of a main street right here. What we're gonna do is go down this way, and this particular way goes all the way to the border. So you can basically walk there from the Macau side. This is what it looks like. I see some YouTubers filming in this space sometimes. Often, actually. It seems like a lot of travel YouTubers, they like to film their airports and their airplanes and their buses. They kind of like the places of entry. So that sometimes they'll spend like 10% or 15% of the video on something like this. And actually, when you are traveling and you have never seen it, then of course it's kind of interesting and you want to film it. So it makes sense. So the border is straight ahead, and basically we're going to be in kind of a mess of people like this. Usually I'd start weaving through them. The lines are usually quite crowded. Let's see if I can go through. Sometimes I see people go to the left here, and they'll go all the way down very quickly. A lot of people, when they walk, they like to spread out. So like this here. Oh, they spread out, they don't really leave a fast lane. Anyways, I think I walked faster than most people, so. Alright, so we're at the border, just about at the border. Some videos I'd be pausing and stopping more, but I kind of just want to get over there right today, so. All right. Okay, so we're gonna film this whole thing. Down there is the trains that go all the way to everywhere. This is the immigration part. And we're gonna go down into this nice shopping area so you can kind of see all kinds of stuff already here. So we're gonna head down this way. And this is one big shopping court area right here. So we're walking into this is kind of a big maze, so a lot of people will come here and get really cheap goods of pretty much everything. Phones, food. Actually, I'm gonna get some food right now. Phone cards, they'll change money. All these people are changing money. And usually quote some outrageous price, so I wouldn't use them. I would use some other place for sure. But if you know the rate, you can use it for sure. The train of people. And you can kind of get a sense for it. As soon as you cross over, it feels like what a lot of China feels like. I kind of like it myself, but it is different than Macau. And once we get in here, you can see kind of a maze of people running here because they're on their phones. So, okay. The noise levels are much higher, that's for sure. And it's basically kind of a big maze of all kinds of stuff in here. I'm gonna go specifically to a restaurant that I like, and I'm gonna eat there. So I'll just take you on the journey to get there. But if I wanted to, I could just take you along. Actually, if there's interest, let me know. If you have interest in seeing all this kind of stuff, I will walk around the camera and I'll focus in on it. But basically, you always see this. People work here, so they eat right where they work. You can buy pretty much everything, socks, clothing. There's areas that are more for women's clothing. There's things that are more for men's. There's toy areas, there's candy. And I think they're like little boutiques, so they must just rent them. Bags. But yeah, if you have an interest, let me know, because then I'll create a video specifically for that. Let's see. It's gonna keep on going straight here. Sewing. I see the restaurant that I want, so I'm gonna go to that in a second. They do massage stuff there. Foods. You're kind of getting a sense of it anyway, so I think regardless if I film for 20 minutes and walk all around or for 5 minutes, I think you get a pretty good idea of it. And I'm gonna walk into this restaurant coming up here. Japanese restaurant with all the lanterns on it, Chinese lanterns. By Jade, of course. And before we go into here, I'm gonna use the bathroom. This is the restaurant we're gonna go into in a minute. This is a little sewing spot, and I'm gonna turn this off in a minute. The line is crazy. Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da